This might sound weird, but it's the truth. Whenever I'm alone, whether I'm lying in bed, sitting on the couch, or just lost in thought, my hand naturally drifts down. It's become such a habitual part of my routine that I don't even think about it anymore. It's like a reflex, something I do without even realizing it half the time. For me, it's not about trying to get off or anything sexual in the traditional sense. It's about the comfort and the slight pleasure that comes from the pressure of my hand against my body. It's like a little moment of peace, a way to ground myself and feel connected to my own body in a world that often feels overwhelming. There's something incredibly soothing about it, almost like having a security blanket. The light pressure, the warmth, it just feels good. It's a small pleasure, nothing intense or overwhelming, but it's enough to make me feel calm and at ease. It's hard to describe, but I guess it's the kind of comfort that only comes from knowing your own body and what makes you feel good, even in the smallest ways. I know it might sound strange, and believe me, I've wondered about it too. Why do I do this? Is there something deeper going on? I don't have all the answers, but I've come to realize that this habit is probably my way of coping with stress, anxiety, or just the general pressures of life. It's a small act of self-soothing that helps me feel more in control when everything else seems out of control. I've noticed that I tend to do this more when I'm stressed or feeling down. When life gets tough, this simple gesture becomes a way to find a little bit of relief. It's not just about the physical sensation, it's about what that sensation represents, a moment of escape, a brief pause where I can just focus on something that feels good and forget about everything else. Sometimes, I wonder if this habit is a sign of something deeper, maybe an underlying anxiety or need for comfort that I haven't fully addressed. But at the same time, I don't see it as something harmful. It's just a part of who I am, something that helps me get through the day. It's a way to connect with myself, to remind myself that I'm here, I'm real, and I can find comfort in my own touch. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't struggle with it sometimes. There are moments when I feel embarrassed or even ashamed. What if someone found out? Would they think I'm weird, or that there's something wrong with me? It's hard not to worry about what others might think, even though I know this is just my way of coping. I've tried to stop a few times to see if I can break the habit, but more often than not, I find myself going back to it almost without thinking. It's like my body craves that touch, that sense of comfort, and it's hard to resist. It's not something I'm proud of, but it's also not something I'm ashamed of anymore. It's just a part of me, and I've come to accept that. I guess what I want is for people to understand that this habit, while unusual, is a source of comfort for me. I'm not hurting anyone, and I'm not doing anything harmful. I just want to share my story in the hopes that others might relate, or at least understand that we all have our own ways of finding comfort and peace in a world that can often be overwhelming. This confession is my way of being honest with myself and with anyone who might be listening. We all have our quirks, our little habits that help us get through the day. This is mine, and while it might not make sense to everyone, it's something that helps me feel grounded and connected to myself. Let me know what you think about this story in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and until next time.